Oh, really, okay. Yeah, don't have my phone with me.
It's the
So
11th
it's,
May, Rabbi Levitt.
yeah, okay, let's go.
Um,
Okay,
Daniel.
Where are you?
let's learn something.
Hi.
Time is of the essence. Good morning, Roy.
Good morning, Rabbi Levitt. Um,
Yeah.
I've had to buy a new phone, and I haven't got the phone numbers. I have to get your phone number. But I haven't got a pencil or a piece of paper. I don't know. Oh yeah, the back of
Back of that?
Um, can I have your phone numbers, please?
05
Um,
800 6170.
That's your one, is it? Blue?
That's my number.
What did you say? 800
052 800 6170.
800 800
6170.
6172. 800 6172. Okay.
No, that's not right. Start again.
Yeah.
052
052
800
800
6170.
6170. Okay, got it now, thank you. And Rabbi Levitt,
053
053
312
312
9662.
966.
Well, last night was Shabbos here still.
Okay, I have to put those in later on. Thank you.
No, but Shabbos finishes here.
Mm.
Shabbos finishes here at 7:30.
Okay.
8 o'clock.
Um,
So that wouldn't be enough time.
all
You
right.
need to call you need to call after.
We're up to page 130. It's chapter 11, verse 22. Yeah. So, yeah, I wonder how long this whole story is going to go on over here. Okay, looks like it's going to keep going for a while. Okay, so we're up to verse 22. And Roy, would you like to start off the reading? You're muted, Roy. Sorry.
Yeah, I've got people here. Uzaras,
Yeah, or it could be
Hashetef,
somewhere here. It could be somewhere here.
Yishotafu, Mulafonov, Vayishov Beirut, Vagam, Nagid, Baris. Okay.
Okay, I'll ask him.
Is that right?
It's hard to hear.
Was that right?
Um,
Oh, all right. I'll say it again. Is this better?
okay.
All right, I'll say it again. Uzaras, Hashetef,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, Vishotafu, Milafanov, Vayish Baru, Vagam, Nagid, Baris, Baris. And the arms of inundation will be inundated from before him and be broken, and also the king with whom they made a covenant. I
Yeah.
have no idea what that means. I've got
Yeah, sure.
a note here, and the arms of inundation. And the mighty of the kingdom, who previously were inundating and powerful, will be inundated before the Romans and will be broken. Still
Maybe
don't know
so,
what
I
it
can help
means.
you with that.
And also the king with whom they made a covenant at the end
Somebody
there.
who knows these
Also the
things.
king of Israel, who will form a treaty with them, will ultimately be inundated from before him, for the Romans will violate the treaty and betray them. As our sages of blessed memory said, 26 years they kept their trust with Israel, but later they subjugated them. That's Rashi from Avodah Zorah, 8b. This translation follows the Lublin and Vilna edition, which reads, they will betray them. And the Melbourne edition reads, and they will inundate them.
I'm saying.
And the Warsaw edition reads, and they will raid them. That's all I've got.
Okay, so yeah, we fell into the middle over here. I don't really remember who it is. We see that the one side was Rome. Who it is that they're betraying, I do not know. Probably, we'll just read the notes over here. We'll see if the notes can help us at all. The powers that had swept away others will themselves be swept away before him. So the question is, who are the powers that swept away and are now being swept away before somebody? This is a metaphor referring to the power of his opponents. Why don't you tell us who he is? Okay. V'gam Negid Bris, and the prince of the covenant. This refers to Ptolemy, the son of Antiochus's sister Cleopatra, who was bound by a peace agreement with him. Ptolemy V had died, and Cleopatra ruled on behalf of her minor sons. Antiochus used his kinship with the queen regent, his sister, to gain entry to Egypt. Once in the country, he used the opportunity to plunder and pillage. As told in verses 23-24. Well, that's coming up. Another version claims that Antiochus did not attempt any action against Egypt during Cleopatra's regency, but when she died and the actual rule passed into the hands of two advisors, their names over here, Antiochus claimed and argued before the Roman Senate that the Egyptians were massing troops on the borders of Eretz Israel in preparation for a massive attack. The Romans, busy with a war in Macedonia, did not intervene. I don't know, it just seems to me with the notes that they give over here, it's very, very hard to figure out what's going on. I don't know. Then they quote this Rashi that you quoted from Avodah. Rashi says it refers to the kings of the Hashmonaim in Eretz Israel, and they had made some type of an alliance with the Romans, and after 26 years, they broke the pact, and that is based from a Gemara in Avodah Zarah. So,
That is the Romans broke the pact.
powers that swept away others will themselves be swept away before him and will be broken, as well as the princes of the covenant. I don't know. I don't know which is more confusing, the psukim or the commentaries, or the way that they're presenting the commentaries. I don't know. The psukim are not you know, that's it's a nevuah. That's the nature of the nevuah. It's not it's not naming names. Um, yeah. Um, I don't know if this is yeah. Okay. In other words, my question is like this: we see over here that these psukim here describing the nevuah that Daniel received from the Malach are very very vague. They don't mention any names. They don't mention any dates. They don't mention what happened when. So um, so that's really what the art scroll said. I think at the beginning of this thing, they said, listen, these things are basically shrouded in mystery, and it's not so easy to. I remember a note that they had like that. Um, I don't remember where it is right now. I should have underlined it and started. Oh yeah, here it is. This is the preface. Can be found on page 122. The preface to verses 5 to 39. So this for another 10, 15 psukim over here. And so what happens after that? Then in verse 40, the Malach is going to switch to the prophecy of the some of the other interpretations will be summarized. The complexity of the material precludes elaboration on all these interpretations. So, that's what I understand from this. That this was all not clear exactly, not so clear, not so clear. So they're purposely not clear because they're not really sure exactly if what they're saying is correct anyway. I don't know. Are you there? Okay. All right. So what time do we have? Oh, we have a few more minutes. So let's go to the next pasuk. Pasuk of Gimel.
Umin is ab rus elav yaaseh mar mirma v'ala v'atam b'ma'at goy. Okay, let's see. The translation is through alliance with him, he will act with deceit, and he will come up and gain power with a small nation. Okay, the commentary says through alliance with him, he will act with deceit. Antiochus came to Egypt on the pretext of visiting his sister, the queen regent Cleopatra, and was thus able to enter the country and gain power with a small number of people loyal to him. Abarbanel and Malbim evidently placed the date of Antiochus' attempt in Egypt during Cleopatra's regency. The details of his attempted coup d'etat, according to their sources, are different from the version given in verse 22. A contemporary historian relates that Antiochus took over the fortress of Palatium in Sinai by trickery. It is possible that Antiochus used his family ties with the rulers of Egypt as proof of his peaceful intentions. In those days of poor communications, the townspeople could have been ignorant of Antiochus' accusation before the Roman Senate. Another possible interpretation, Antiochus, after penetrating Egypt, crowned the young Ptolemy VI, Philometor. The people of Alexandria, resisting Antiochus, declared the younger brother, later Ptolemy VII, Euergetes, king. They proclaimed him king. Antiochus was able to exploit his relationship to the king by acting as a protector of the older brother's legitimate claim to the crown. This enabled him, without the help of a great army, to sweep down the Nile to Memphis, plundering and pillaging without encountering any serious opposition. Rashi interprets this verse as referring to the period preceding the state of war between Rome and Israel, when there was a treaty of friendship between them. The Romans, relying on the pact, were able to conquer the countries surrounding Eretz Yisrael without fear of intervention from the Hashmonean kingship. With a small nation, i.e., with a small group of men.
Hmm. Oh, Rashi says that they had help from the Melech of Yehuda.
Yeah. I've got that it's written in the book of Josephon.
Yeah, that's what Rashi says. It's also written in the.
Josephon. Who's Josephon?
He was a historian. He wrote a book.
Is that the same as Josephus?
Yeah.
I was about to ask that.
Yeah. Well, that's what you're asking. You weren't familiar with the Josephon. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You go to you can still buy the book today in Hebrew, modern Hebrew.
Mm.
They've rendered into modern Hebrew. It's
I think we've got it in English.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen it in English also.
Yeah, I think we've got it. Yeah. Long time ago.
Yeah, Rashi quotes it for the I guess Rashi feels his for in order to get the facts, the situation, what happened, he's more or less reliable. His analysis of the facts are he's not a Talmud Chacham. He's a I think he was Jewish. I think so. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's Jewish, yes.
Joseph,
But, yeah.
I think he left Judaism.
Yeah, it could be.
Joseph,
He wasn't. Yeah, maybe he wasn't much of a Jew. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He was?
Yeah, not only right. Not in other words, not only was he not a Talmud Chacham, but he was not faithful to the.
He was Jewish.
He's just a historian. He's a historian, but Rashi does. Admittedly, Rashi quotes him, so Rashi obviously feels that his grasp of the facts is reliable enough to relate. If he didn't feel that it was reliable at all, I'm sure he wouldn't bother to quote it. Okay, so that does it for today. Short session, and we'll continue in a few minutes. Bez Hashem.
Thank you,
Okay.
Rabbi.
Okay.